Terror and disbelief. The human witnesses, the Roman soldiers, hardened veterans of military campaigns, found themselves trembling uncontrollably. Their faces contorted in expressions of primal fear as their worldview shattered before the supernatural radiance. Some reached for weapons that suddenly seemed meaningless against divine power. These men who had executed countless prisoners now faced an insurmountable force beyond their comprehension, their trained stoicism crumbling in the face of the miraculous. Overwhelmed senses, these elite imperial guards, trained to withstand torture and battle, fell as though dead. Their muscular bodies crumpled to the ground as the resurrection light overwhelmed human senses, which were calibrated only for earthly experience. Some shielded their eyes as their nervous systems overloaded with glory too potent for mortal perception. The physical symptoms they experienced, racing hearts, constricted breathing, vertigo, mirrored those of combat shock, yet stemmed from an encounter with divine peace rather than violence. Dawning wonder as consciousness returned, their expressions transformed from terror to bewilderment to awe. These men, representatives of Rome's worldly power, became the first unwilling converts, their hardened faces softening as they witnessed death's defeat. For a moment, the boundary between skeptic and believer dissolved in the presence of undeniable divinity. Their subsequent silence or testimony would shape their remaining lives, forcing each to reconcile what they had witnessed with the empire they served. The Roman guards, Pilate's finest men from the 10th Legion, explicitly chosen for this high-profile assignment, represent humanity confronted with undeniable divine reality. Their varied reactions, ranging from terror to wonder, offer a spectrum of human responses to the supernatural. These soldiers who had witnessed countless deaths on battlefields now encountered life emerging from death itself. Their military training, imperial authority, and physical strength proved utterly inadequate against spiritual power, dramatically highlighting the limitations of human authority when confronted with divine intervention. Historical accounts suggest these men faced a profound dilemma after witnessing the resurrection. Some reportedly maintained official silence, accepting bribes to support alternative narratives about the empty tomb. Others, according to early Christian traditions, eventually abandoned their military posts, unable to continue serving an empire they now recognized as subordinate to a higher kingdom. Their experience represents the universal human challenge of confronting evidence that contradicts our fundamental assumptions about reality. Unlike the disciples who approached the tomb already connected to Jesus through a relationship, these soldiers encountered the divine as complete outsiders. Their transformation from enforcers of death to witnesses of life exemplifies how the resurrection transcends religious and cultural boundaries, addressing the universal human fear of mortality with a demonstration of life's ultimate triumph.